They really are white bitches.
Okay. That's why we can talk about them. Okay, now. And you need to stop dating white bitches. Where'd you go? Where did you go? You're dating white bitches. Anyway, we were not planning to perform tonight, like at all.
No shit.
Yes.
Hey now. And tonight we went and okay, everybody here has to know the story. Like, you have to know. And it's not going to be...
that this can happen in life.
And it's not like, this is not going to be funny or anything like that, so this just happened and you need to know about it.
Okay, so we respect waiters. Like, you know, they have a hard job. You know, we respect them. And so we go out to eat, and we're at O'Charlie's, and we're just waiting, you know, no big deal. And then 20 minutes pass, you know, nothing happens. No
We
one's
still
talked
don't
to
have
us.
bread.
No one's talked to us. No bread, no drinks. We're just sitting there. And then another 10 minutes pass, and someone brings us bread. And we're like, okay, so we should say something. So then Olivia was like, hey, Crystal, you should say something. And Crystal's a pretty ballsy person, so she was like, okay. And so the guy walks over here, and she's super nice. Like, she's super nice to him. And she goes, excuse me, I was just wondering what's happening because we've been here for like 30 minutes, and we just haven't really gotten any drinks or anything yet. And we were just confused. Are you guys busy, or is the schedule mixed up or something? And he just, well, you're going to tell him because you're better at being a bitch than I am, so.
Okay, so our waiter was like, yeah, we're busy. And Crystal was like, oh, okay, I was just wondering. And he crosses the table and was like, well, since you're so antsy to get food, I'll take your order first. And she was like, oh, well, I mean, I don't want any food. And he was like, then there's no reason for you to be an asshole.
What? You never know where you're going to get enlightenment from.
So then he looked at her and was like, what do you want? And she was like, nothing. And he looked at me and was like, what do you want? And I was like, not a damn thing from you. And like, we got 10 minutes later, we stayed for like 10 minutes and he brought us drinks and we left. We got up and left. We were like, you just called her an asshole. Like,
You don't do that.
it's just, like, that was me.
I mean, what would you have done if she was like, excuse me, we haven't gotten any drinks yet, what the fuck? Like, what would have happened?
When he like punched her in the face, yeah. So we got really discouraged, and we were like, we should have just gone to El Carrizo in the first place. So we get in the car because we hadn't gotten food. So we go to El Carrizo and like we eat and everything's fine. And we have this one friend. His name is Quentin, and he says things at the most inappropriate times and places to say things. And okay, we're checking out and we're paying, and like she's signing her check, and we had gone to El Carrizo earlier, and we saw this car outside that had like underglow and like suicide doors, and like the music was playing really loud. Like he thought he was super cool in the parking lot of El Carrizo at 8 o'clock at night, and we were telling him about it. We were telling Quentin about it, and really loud.
No. Our friend Darian was like, how much you want to bet he was black?
And Quentin, as loud as he possibly can, goes, I bet he was Mexican.
You have to imagine where we are right now.
We're in the middle of El Carrizo, and like everybody was like, and she was like, $5 tip, let's go. And he like ran out of the restaurant. Like,
You don't understand English.
like all of this. What?
What was the waiter's name at O'Charlie's?
I don't know.
I called my friend who works there. She said it was like Richard.
Tell them, let us know so we know.
I don't know. Richard. I think it was Richard.
Richard.
Okay, so anyway, we have another story that's unrelated from tonight or food or anything. Okay, so one night we're bored, right? And we go to Walmart with Kyle and Quentin. And we were like, we're bored, so we should do that thing where you pick up condoms and put them in people's carts. We're like, yeah, that's a good idea, right? So there's this lady, and she's walking around, and she keeps leaving her buggy, so we're like, okay, she's a good target. So we slip like the biggest, like Magnum,
It's like XL, like super giant condom.
we slip them into her cart while she's not looking, and then we just kind of follow her around, like casually, not creepy and obvious. And we wait for her to get in line, and then we get behind her, like, oh, we're gonna see what happens. Maybe she pulls him out. And she pulls him out, and she goes, you can say it.
She goes, I don't need these.